Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Haley Camarena from the Centro FFA Ag Leadership class. And as many of you know, this is our last Ag Careers Live. So thank you all for joining us and making it possible. I hope everyone enjoyed this opportunity as much as I did. And please help me welcome our last guest speaker, Sierra Dunn, who is a STEM Outreach Coordinator for the University of Arizona Yuma campus.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Sierra Dunn, and I'm the STEM Outreach Coordinator for the University of Arizona at Yuma. So we are a regional distance campus from the whole network of distance campuses across the university. So the main campus for University of Arizona is in Tucson, but we have 9 distance locations across the state. And so Yuma is really unique in that we are the winter vegetable capital of the world. And one of our major pillars is agriculture. So we have 4 pillars of education at the University of Arizona Yuma: agriculture, technology, health and safety, and engineering. And so those 4 pillars make up our degree programs. We have about 20 different degree programs. And those were specifically chosen based on the economy in the region. So what jobs are available in our region? And our region is Yuma, Imperial, and La Paz counties. So for those that live in the Imperial County, although you're out of state, you're not paying out of state tuition with the University of Arizona and Yuma because you're within our region. So that's one really wonderful thing that you can look forward to if you're going to be coming to us from there. And like I said, so these jobs, these careers and majors that we've chosen are based on the needs of the regions. The Yuma jobs, the Imperial jobs, and the La Paz County jobs. So we are really excited to welcome you today and allow you to listen to a couple of our students who are actually from the Imperial area, share their story about how they transferred from Imperial and what it was like to kind of go the community college to university route versus the more traditional high school straight onto the main campus or the university route. So with that, I will go ahead and turn it over. I believe Summer is going to go first.
Hi, everyone. If everyone can hear me, perfect. I'm on my phone, so I can't see screens or anything. But like Sierra said, my name is Summer David. I am a senior now at the University of Arizona Yuma campus, majoring in agriculture, technology, and management. So basically a little bit about myself. I graduated from Imperial High School in 2014. I was very much involved in FFA and all of my ag classes. I showed pigs at the fair, raised them, all of that good stuff. So my agriculture, I guess not career, but passion started in high school, attending my classes and joining FFA and doing all of that. I was the chapter secretary for Imperial High School. So then after I graduated, I transferred to Imperial Valley College, where I majored in agriculture science. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word, ag science. And I earned my associate's degree. However, before earning my associate's degree, I wasn't sure where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to be involved in agriculture. However, I didn't know what route I wanted to take or where I wanted to go to school after attending Imperial Valley College. So I heard, I heard about the University of Arizona Yuma campus. They actually came to class, a group of students that were attending at the time, and gave a short little presentation on the school. Very informative, very intriguing. I had no idea, about, obviously Yuma is only 45 minutes away, but what the campus had to offer. It just because it wasn't main campus, doesn't mean that they didn't offer as much as main campus did. So what I liked about it, so I ended up transferring after I graduated with my associates. I transferred to the University of Arizona in Yuma. And what I loved about it was that I got to live at home with my family, right, in the Imperial Valley. There were probably 5 or 6 other students in my same classes from the Imperial Valley. So we actually got to carpool. And with the, with the classes being so small and so tight niched, basically we all had the same classes. We all had the same time schedules. We would go to work in the morning, go to class in the evening. So we would all carpool, which made it very, very easy. Classes as well was great. They were great, small, tight-knit classes, like I had mentioned. It gave you the ability to get more comfortable with professors, with other students. You got to lean on their shoulders at times when they needed you, anything like that. And yeah, so now I'm a senior. Finally, this is my last semester, and I will be graduating with my bachelor's degree in ag tech management, and will later in the future continue my education to be a agriculture education teacher. So I'm very super excited about that. But if anyone has any questions, I am from the Imperial Valley, like I had mentioned. I did go through the process that you guys will go through. So if there's any questions whatsoever about my experiences, any help that you need with transferring, or, oh, I don't really know what degree I want to, major in while going to the school, because there are different majors within the ag pillars. I can help you with that as well.
We're going to hold the questions till the end, if that's okay, so we can give Julissa a chance to speak.
My name is Julissa Reyes. I'm actually from El Centro. I am an El Centro FFA and Southwest High School alumni. So basically, I graduated from high school in 2018, and I immediately knew I wanted to go to college. I already knew that I wanted to be an ag, and the reason why was because one of my mentors is actually in the room currently with us, and I already knew I wanted to become an ag teacher, just trying to figure out how to get there. I ended up going to IVC, and I got an associate's in agri-business, and I just maintained it back in June. And with that, I didn't know where to go, because affordability was one of the key characteristics that I needed to lean on. And I actually was in one of my ag classes at IVC, and Dr. Baleshka, who was a professor at UA Yuma, was in giving a presentation, and it just stuck with me. I was like, you know what? I think this is the way to go. It was super affordable, and it was just a great opportunity, and they made it so easy. They were there to ask questions between her and Dr. Hodges. And I decided to go to University of Arizona, Yuma, which obviously it's only 45 minutes away, which makes it very easy and very simple. And currently, due to the pandemic, it makes it even easier, because it's all online. So you're doing it in the satisfaction of your own home currently. But I am a ag systems management major at the University of Arizona. I plan on graduating in December of 2022 in order to become an agriculture teacher, which kind of was influenced by Mrs. Mayo, which was my ag teacher. She just kind of paved the way, and I already knew what I wanted to do. And so now here I am, being able to give you guys this presentation. I hope you guys realize just how easy it is, and how lucky you all get to be in this presentation and being able to witness this, because I know at your age, like, that's exactly what I was thinking about. I was thinking about college, thinking where I was going. So I wish you guys the best of luck.
We are going to open it up to questions, and we'd like for students to unmute yourselves, perhaps put yourself on video to ask your question. Just pop in there and ask your questions. And you can also use the chat if you'd like, and also the Q&A for questions too. So does anyone have one to get started? Not, you could, Karen, go ahead.
How do you find a plan to be financially stable during or before college?
Good question.
I can help a little bit. Sorry, Julissa. Basically, so like, I'm talking, University of Arizona, Yuma. Julissa did mention that it's very affordable. I know that Sierra mentioned earlier as well, just because we're out of state, we're not paying out of state tuition. So that was a huge help on my end. I'm paying in-state tuition, traveling. There's lots of scholarship opportunities available within the university as well that can be applied for.
Summer, you mentioned that you were working and then going to school later. So is the schedule set up to allow someone to be able to have a job and still be able to attend school?
It definitely is. So I work in the mornings and the afternoon, right? So that's how my schedule allows me to. So I come in around 8:30. Some students were going in even earlier than that. But typically my classes didn't start until some started at 4, some didn't start till about 5. So I was able to get in a few hours in the morning and afternoon, leave work, and then literally from work, I would just drive straight to class, to Yuma, have my classes there until about 8 o'clock, and then drive home, right? So I'm still at home early enough to get schoolwork done, to get some rest for the next morning, and then, start my day over again working. So that's always an option too. As long as your employer works with, I was very, very grateful, and I was lucky in a sense to have that employer that worked with my school schedule. She knew I was going to school. Every semester I would give her my new school schedule, and it was basically pretty much the same where, because most of our professors have their day jobs. So they have their day jobs in the morning so they can teach at night. So that's basically how all of my classes were, at least. I would come in at night for school and then work during the day. So that helped extremely.
Yeah,
I think that's really great because you're working, your professors are working ag professionals also. So that's just such a great advantage also to be with those people who are in the field and teaching you, here's how you apply what I'm teaching you today. I'm sorry, Sierra, go ahead.
I just wanted to mention that, Summer was saying our classes are in the afternoon, and a lot of our students do work, but also we build them that way because we require our students to work for at least one semester during their time with us. An internship is a requirement for graduation. And so for those who maybe haven't heard of an internship before, that's where you start to get some of that on-the-job experience while you're still in college. And it's really beneficial to start doing those internships in college. And if you can do it in junior high or high school, it might look more like job shadowing at that point. But it can be really beneficial to start to try out the job that you're going to school for. The last thing you want is to go and get your degree, spend 4 years on it, and then your very first day on the job, you're like, whoa, I didn't know it was like this, and you hate it. So we want you to start getting that experience. We're going to require it of you for graduation, and we're going to encourage it throughout your whole college experience. And that's why we offer those evening classes to build it into your schedule.
Okay, who else? Julissa, did you have something to add?
I just want to make it noted that I know the sound of internships may sound scary, but the thing about U of A Yuma is that they make it very easy for you. So if you are looking to get an internship, pretty much every professor there can give you that information in order for you to get one. And it's posted pretty much on all the social medias. So it makes it super easy for you to be able to have that opportunity.
Okay, next question. Go ahead and unmute yourself. I will also check the chat there.
I'm going ahead and answering those in the chat. Is that all right? Okay.
I think maybe we could answer some of them out loud would be nice, just so people don't have to refer to them. So some people are asking about requirements to be an ag teacher and degrees that are required for that.
A bachelor's degree is required to become an agriculture teacher. And so you can study with us. Really, a lot of different things will get you down that path. Agriculture systems management is a really good one. Some will even study our family studies and human development major. There's a lot of different ways to get there. You can also choose any traditional agriculture degree that will give you that background STEM knowledge, or you can choose a more specific agricultural education bachelor's degree. So lots of different routes to get there.
How can I better decide which major to go into? Do you have any type of interest assessments or guidance as far as determining a major?
That's a great question. So what we had, I put early in the chat, the link to our request info page. Now we don't have a specific, assessment that we do. However, you can fill that out and we will get in contact with you. And we can sit down and have a one-on-one virtually discussion about our programs and your career goals. But I also wanted to mention our Ag Discovery Summer Camp that is going to be coming up in June. It is June 14th through the 15th. I will go ahead and add the application link in the chat, but this is a really fun summer program where you'll spend a week with the University of Arizona Yuma and a week with the main campus in Tucson. And you're getting a lot of hands-on experience with the different majors that we offer. So you're going to look at some veterinary science, some microbial science, general, chemistry, traditional agriculture, business. There's a lot of different options to experience. And that's something that I really recommend that you get your hands on because towards the end of that, I think you'll really have an idea of what you might want to do going into college. And Kristen, the camp, we have not decided if it's going to be virtual or not. Being that it's in June, we feel like we have a little bit of time to see maybe yes or no. But the application is live and all of that is going to be the same no matter if it's in person or virtual. And the deadline to apply is March 25th.
I was interested in both Julissa and Summer mentioned specific majors like ag tech management and ag systems management. Was that correct? What could you give an example of a career that would be under those particular studies?
Well, so my major starting was agriculture, tech management, and education. That was the full, major name. It has changed a little bit, I think. So I'm still under that major, ag tech management. I think that now it's either changed, Sierra, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's either changed or there's another one that's systems management. And then there's a separate major that's sustainable plant systems. Maybe that's where that's coming from. But as far as my major, you can honestly do anything ag. I know that we talked about, I want to be an ag teacher. That was another question before, using my major, I can really do anything. As long as you're in agriculture major, anything, I can do anything ag. Now, as far as teaching, I can teach general agriculture. If I wanted to get more specific, I can, take a few classes in dairy science or, and teach specifically that ag biology, anything like that. I've had classes like that in high school where it's specific, that would require more education. However, for me, now my next step would be to just get the credentials done in my state, in order to fulfill that achievement.
Great. Julissa, do you have something to offer as far as specific careers besides education in ag systems, I believe you said is what your major is?
I'm in ag systems management, but just like Summers, it's pretty much the same thing. You can basically get a career basically in anywhere in agriculture. And I think that's what makes it so good and so diverse, is that you're able to do pretty much anything in the field of agriculture that your heart desires, and which is why I'm going into the ag education fields. Although if I had a choice after ag education, I'd probably work for the USDA. So
that's great to hear. That's one of the reasons we started this program, was because of the opportunities available and so many job openings. Cassandra's wanting to know about classes that IBC has to offer to get started with your agricultural career.
We work really closely with IBC to articulate our programs. And so if you work with us from day one and your advisors at IBC, We can help build you a program from your very first semester at IVC to make sure you're taking all of the courses that are going to be required, what are called prerequisite courses that you have to take before you can take our courses. We'll build that into a plan for you, so you don't have to worry. Go ahead, Summer.
U of A works very well with both AWC and Yuma and IVC, keeping students on the right track for which classes need to be taken in order to transfer. So basically, I didn't start off day one wanting to go to U of A Yuma. I started off, I need to get an associate's degree. I need to continue my college education kind of thing. I didn't know where I wanted to transfer. But had I known about, me wanting to go to U of A Yuma, I would have gone with that plan that Sierra had mentioned, only because it would have been way easier for me. So I just started off majoring in ag plant science, and I followed the steps that IVC told me to follow. Now, those steps only required me to earn my associate's degree. However, I was still missing about 4 classes that U of A required to complete my degree. So I was still able to transfer with my associates, and all of those other classes that I took, I was able to transfer those to U of A Yuma. However, I still needed about 4 more prerequisite classes in order to fulfill my bachelor's degree, which I took simultaneously while I was taking classes at U of A Yuma. I was also taking those classes either online or in person at AWC or IVC. So that, I don't know, that kind of like threw me off a little bit, but as long as you know for sure, U of A Yuma is where I want to be, yada, yada, they can schedule you that plan. So right off the bat, okay, every semester, these are those classes that I need to take, and then I'll transfer, and then I'll be right on target as soon as I transfer to the university.
That's so helpful to know, because it's very intimidating to start that process. Okay, anybody else? Please unmute yourself and ask your question, or use the chat. I'll go back to Yolanda's question while we're waiting for that. She's talking about being it difficult to narrow down all the majors that you have to offer and deciding what it's going to be. And all 3 of you have kind of hit on that already. They've just kind of remind everyone what you have to offer to help students narrow that down beyond internships. What are some opportunities you have to expose students to the field of agriculture and the work that's being done there?
A couple summers ago, I interned at a camp as well. It wasn't Ag Discovery, but it was a separate food safety camp that the school offered. So it was same thing, high school students. It's called Safer Food Cats because we're within the U of A. And basically that, I already had my major for agriculture, but that also opened up more options for the students to get to know, different careers, not only in agriculture, excuse me, but and other things as well. You get to do hands-on lab works, different field trips. We got to visit the port of entry, the USDA office. You learn entomology, and different things, across the board. So those 2 camps, Safer Food Cats and Ag Discovery, I would greatly recommend if you're on the fence about what career choice to go with, only because they do give you different options and different hands-on experiences within different careers.
I know that U of A Yuma is very well supported by the Yuma community. And I was wondering what kind of opportunities that you have as an ag department to work with Imperial Valley agriculture businesses and community.
So we partner with industries within the region, and that includes the Imperial area. And so I can't name any industries off the top of my head, but we work closely with them so that we can send them students for internships. And then in turn, they can help us with, professional development and training and providing those internships and even jobs for our students when they graduate. So we work really closely with, the agriculture industry, but also state industry and government industry, the private sector, nonprofits, really a lot in our community. And it's been a really helpful relationships.
I just really want to encourage everyone to get in touch with Sierra, Summer, Julissa, the program over there. As I said, they will help you get started. They will be with you and encourage you. We think it's just a wonderful opportunity for our students in Imperial Valley here to know about. And as we've had this series of programs and career speakers, we think it's a great fitting moment to have this, how can I get to that career? And we feel that U of A Yuma is a great answer for so many of our students.
I know, like we talked about financial, you know, with it being in-state tuition, it's just overall, UA Yuma is just overall a great campus and environment and just educational resources, anything like that. I made the mistake of going to a four-year university right after high school because that's what I thought that I wanted. And to be honest, it was not even close to anything of what I'm doing now at U of A Yuma. U of A Yuma is way better, in my opinion, of course, only because I was paying like 30 grand a year at the, at the four-year college that I attended to versus what I'm paying now is extremely affordable. As well as, I had over 200 students in my classes at that four-year university, and it was not fun whatsoever. Like, the learning experience and everything. I love that there's like 30, 35 students tops in each of my classes at U of A, which makes it way better. All of the hands-on experience that I get to learn, you don't get that at a four-year university. Going off to college and stuff. So it's a great experience. And I recommend everyone at least just to get a little more information if need be, just to give, you more options on what to do right after high school. That would be a good thing.
Well, we really appreciate your candor because that's a lot of people hold back with that. And it's stuff that real things that people need to know, that families need to know.
Yeah, no,
yes.
Definitely. It was tough. I mean, and at the time I didn't think that it was, until going to U of A Yuma and IVC. Even I had to come to IVC first. And even going to IVC, I know a lot of students, especially in the Valley, are like, oh, I don't want to go to IVC. Like, I want to go off to college and whatever the case may be. And honestly, even being at IVC helped extremely, with financial and, just smaller classes and just to get it over with and then, transfer to your university of choice. So.
Well, we are proud of you, Summer and Julissa, for being from Imperial Valley and for moving forward with your ag education and for your inspiration to us today. This is, as I said, the conclusion of our series. And if you've enjoyed it, there's a lot more activities come up after the first year. We will be in touch with you about things like the Ag Summit, which will be virtual. And we just appreciate everyone joining us today. Thank you, Sierra, so much.